Hello and welcome back to Tangle Tower. In the last episode, we finally met the last of our...
It's not. It's an appropriate amount.
Of our suspects. And we met a puzzle that was quite challenging, quite puzzling, you might even say. And I've tried a bit.
It looks like a microscope.
Can I touch it?
I think I've gotten the solution to this one. It took some time and a lot of doing back and forth. So I had it completely wrong, basically. You want it like this. But then at least this part was right. You see that it lines up. So there, and then you want to basically have that. So that's one part, right? So this doesn't line up at all. So it would seem, because it does if you slide it over here. Now there are no gaps, but the bottom part, the last part, is a bit too big. How can we change that? Simply like so.
I got it.
I'm impressed.
Alright, let's see what we'll find.
Sounds like it unlocked.
Yeah, it's built on top of a little metal box. There's a book in here.
A secret diary. A well-used book resembling a diary. It's locked with a strange metal device. Okay, a secret diary. Okay. Well, the problem with that is that that was the last thing that sort of stopped us. Though I still don't have a clear motive for the murder. Nor a prime suspect, for that matter. Let's go... let's go check the attic again. I don't think there is much there, but, well...
Sally, you don't have a
No.
Let me put it. Sally, you don't.
No.
Let me put it.
Okay.
Nothing catching my interest.
Sorry.
Kind of.
I'm seeing... So the rope could be used in relay with the trolley. Obviously something has been hoisted up and down.
What's in that little box? I bet it's bones. A skull, at least.
Maybe I won't open it.
Have we actually... Let's go to our detective, quote-unquote, friend. See if there's something here. Oh.
Is that a clock?
Oh, I never
It
clicked
is.
that.
It's a clock with 4 faces.
I'm guessing it doesn't tell the time.
So what does it do?
Rotate the dials until all 4 hands are in the correct position. Oh. Let's see, so what... There's no tell on this one as far as I can see. So what about this one to the right of it? Let's see. Wait. There is some. You see how both the swirl in the rightmost one as well as the swirl in this one seems to line up with the pattern inside of it. There's also the small little arrows here. This one is the only one that... Wait, now the swirl is gone from this. Oh wait, this one never had anything. Ugh. Might have to brute force this. Oh, so it will automatically flick back to... So there's only 4 positions on each. But... Wait, is this supposed to be 9? Because it looked like... But... This... looks like a 2. So that would be... Oh. It could also be 12, though. Yeah, that seems to fit, actually. So then this is not... Oh, that is 6! So that should be down here. Well, this one should be... Okay. But... What is this one supposed to be then? 3? Ah, okay. That makes sense. So we got 3, 9... 12 and 6, because that's the only position that they can actually be in on each separate dial. Let's see. So this needs to be here, but this one does not. Okay, so okay. Apart from this one on the right, everything else is in place. This one moves 2 of them. So if I want... No, that's wrong. That's absolutely the wrong thing to do. Okay. Let's go back a bit. So I want the dial on the right over here to be pointing down. Which means that I need this to happen, because... There we go, and... So let's see, this says 3, this is 9, this is 12, this is 6.
That's the one.
Woo!
Hey, not bad. What's in the box?
A little
What's
tool,
in the box?
but I'm not actually sure what it is.
A small brass tool with a curved glass lens. It has a screw at the base. Okay. Right, well, there was...
Giant.
AKA a greenhouse.
So there was a statement about Fitz that was worrying.
Penelope is my fiancée.
Don't take this the wrong way, but Penny doesn't really strike me as your type.
She's not who she pretends to be. People think she's... well, they make assumptions.
And how's the relationship doing recently?
Good. It's good.
Odd.
Fifi doesn't like me.
What did you do?
I'm not sure. If you find out, maybe you can let me know.
We did find out!
Felix is a contradiction. His loyalties are placed firmly within the realm of materialism, money, property. But his ego relies on an entirely fraudulent self-image, don't you think?
I was just about to say the same thing. I imagine you don't visit the astronomy tower too often, do you?
Oh.
No, but I still see Pointer, sometimes. He's always curious about what I'm growing in the greenhouse. Asks me about the birds, too, and insects. He's pretty clued up on his evolutionary biology.
I didn't think there was much overlap between astronomy and biology.
Okay, let's see for the clues. He wouldn't know what this is.
A flower.
Yeah, it's a flower. We found it in Penny's room.
Okay.
Mean anything to you?
Why would it?
Come on.
I don't really go into Penny's room or anywhere in Pointer Tower. I just don't have a reason to.
No, but you know about plants. Okay.
This is a good example of how things work. I mix that soil here in the greenhouse. It's made with water from the lake.
And it makes the fruit grow all shiny and gem-stony.
Sometimes. You never really know what's going to happen.
And what do you do with this shiny and edible fruit?
You look at it.
Fair enough. There were petals.
Those petals.
Yes.
What?
They're red.
Really? Captain Frickin' Obvious. Yes, let's see the... Was there a... Yes, the red paint was missing, but it was with the other models.
That's quite sweet, really. Felix made that? Huh.
Yeah.
Wait, those are mine, the earmuffs. They went missing about a week ago.
What do you need earmuffs for?
I use them for gardening, sometimes.
Why? You don't own a chainsaw, do you?
No. I wear them while I'm gardening, and it stops people from trying to talk to me.
That's genius.
Well, fair enough. But isn't it rather weird how they have been sitting in the garden which only he and one other person have had access to?
Penelope knows about birds. You should ask her instead.
Actually, I wanted to ask you about something. There's a plant mentioned on this page, see?
Ah, okay.
Do you have any? In the greenhouse?
No, I don't grow that anymore. I've tried, in the past. It's incredibly difficult, even for me. I could never get it to live more than a couple of weeks.
Huh.
It's of no interest to me, but I overheard Poppy and Freya talking about it once.
What were they saying?
They were arguing about something, but I can't remember the details. I've seen beetles with brightly colored shells, metallic shells even. They're relatively common, especially around here. There's a difference between that and actual gold.
It can't be actual gold. Gold is just inside the earth or whatever. You can't make it. That's called alchemy. It was a whole thing.
I mean, she does have a point. And a good point at that, too.
Plants are different to flowers.
I'd say so, yeah.
At any time, flowers can bloom with perfect, faultless colors. Red, blue, white. With paint, once you've tainted a color by mixing it with others, not even the most skilled painter can return it to its pure form.
A good point. Well, this is probably not for him.
What's with the broken glass?
Yes, I'd like to know that as well. How about
There's
this?
something off about this.
What is it?
Why don't you take another look at Flora's room?
You think we missed a clue up there?
Not exactly.
Huh?
What do you think that is in Flora's hand?
I don't know. It does look like a knife. But Flora wasn't holding anything at all when I saw her, after the murder. But there's something bothering me. Something else.
What?
When we went into Flora's room, she wasn't standing in this position.
Well, she probably would have moved around a little bit by then.
She wasn't standing at all. She was kneeling on the floor.
Okay, now that seems fairly important information. Let's see, do we have...
I like Flora.
Do you think she had anything to do with the murder?
There's no way. She wouldn't willingly cause any additional suffering for anyone.
Yes, we already asked about these, so, Not yet, eh? Okay, well. Well, we have a telescope. It's not exactly the big telescope, but, see if this doesn't work.
He should learn to make the most of his lot in life. And he does have a lot in life.
You're talking about money?
Among other things, but yes, he currently has agency over a small fortune. That is, if he hasn't already squandered it or lost it.
You two don't get on?
Oh no, we're the best of friends. Ah, Penelope, our resident ornithologist.
Penny's your niece, is that right?
At this moment in time, until she marries the gardener.
She'll still be your niece.
But she'll depart from the world of the Pointers and join the Fellows. Like rats deserting a sinking ship.
Wow. Okay.
Ah, yes, the heiress of Tangle Tower. Goodness knows what'll happen when she takes charge. I dare say she'll confiscate my telescope and replace it with a microscope.
She doesn't seem to be the type to impress her will on others.
Still, keep an eye on her. Dangerously intelligent, that one.
You sound jealous. Wait, are you two science rivals?
Oh no, we operate on very different wavelengths. Literally.
Yes. Speaking of wavelengths...
What's this?
It looks like it might be a telescope. Thought you might know something about it.
Well, it certainly is a telescope. It has a part there to screw onto a tripod, you see. It's rather small, though. I'm not sure you could see many stars with it.
No, probably not.
What? Really? I can't ask about... Ah, okay.
I find that painting to be in rather bad taste.
Oh yeah?
The knife with real blood on it? The whole thing is rather vulgar. Here's a thought. Do you suppose the paintbrush could be the murder weapon? After all, it was found at the scene, right next to Freya's body.
I guess it's possible.
I think that's rather unlikely, but...
A very old statue indeed. I'd recommend you leave it well alone. The poor fellow's in bad enough shape as it is.
Really now? So we have probably 4 clues missing. What would you have an interest in? Potted flower?
What kind of flower is that?
We're not sure. I think it might be the only one of its kind.
Primrose would know. My wife was a floriculturalist. Best in the field. That's a flower joke, but she was.
Interesting.
Not a whole lot that makes sense for this guy. Right, I'll leave him alone for now. Honestly, my suspicions are still on that he is probably the most likely suspect. Let's see.
I must say, I really don't care for the den of self-delusion that he's retreated into. People are better off when they just let themselves be themselves. Between you and me, I think Felix is secretly rather miserable.
Yeah, that's actually... I think that's not really so secret.
She mostly ignores me, if I'm honest.
How come?
Well, we're not quite on the same intellectual level.
Oh. You don't need to.
No, no. It's quite all right. I'm comfortable with it.
Well, that's at least something. Right. Feathers, yes.
There used to be all kinds of birds here at Tangle Tower. The most fascinating breeds, all totally unique.
But...
Used to be? There are birds all over the place.
Most of them are rather ordinary, I'm afraid.
What happened to the non-ordinary ones?
That is a very good question.
That you're not going to answer. Great.
Yes, it's my... my flower.
You don't like it?
I'm no good at caring for plants. I forget to water them. Birds are much easier. They're a lot more vocal when they get thirsty.
Do you at least like the look of the flower?
The look?
The colors? The shape of it?
Between you and me, I think it's a little vulgar.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That's rather strange now, isn't it?
We found it in your room.
Yes.
Just lying around, was it?
Nope. You'd hidden it, but we found it.
We do that.
Who's the her in the message? And what's the deal with the petals?
It's really none of your business.
This is a murder investigation. Okay.
Somebody taking an interest in extinct animals.
Extinct.
Oh, yes. The book is very old. Most of the birds in it are long gone.
Well, what about this bird, though? The ink dip.
This one? Well, it was thought to be extinct for a long time. Then one was found here at Tangle Tower.
So it's not extinct.
You misunderstand. It was the last one. The very last.
Oh.
Not a fan of insects myself. Whose research is this?
We were hoping you might know.
No, can't say I... Rhea, perhaps. I know she was always very fond of grubby little things like this.
Noted.
Well, Felix seemed to be the more sort of arts and crafty kind of guy. So maybe if we take... Yes. Oh, we haven't even done this.
Dearest Flora, a remarkable woman. Oh, yes. Been married over 20 years now.
You two still get on?
Of course. What a question.
She hasn't gone quiet on you.
It's true she has an independent streak. She's had it her whole life. She's the youngest of 3. Always something of a lone wolf, you know? Just the way she is.
Lone wolf is putting it lightly. She doesn't seem to want to talk to anyone.
She just likes time to herself, away from the company of other humans.
Other humans?
Well, yes, other people, you know.
You fumble your words.
You're the one currently basking in his presence. You tell me.
Let's move on.
Yeah. So Pointer doesn't seem to be too.
Percival Pointer. Yes, good old... So, what do you reckon? Is he the murderer?
I don't know, maybe. We still need...
That is not information we're willing to share at this time.
I'm just saying, keep an eye on him. Holds on to a lot of bitterness, does old Pointer.
That's true.
Just because he's always struggled to support his family. Slightly pathetic, really.
And how long have you known him?
Over 35 years.
Childhood friends? Rivals?
Don't know if I'd do him the honor of considering him my rival. Quite the character, eh? A fellow member of the Order of the Crimson Cloak.
Is that a real thing?
No, I just meant because we both wear, red capes of a sort.
Has she questioned you yet?
If you call that questioning, she seemed bored by everything I had to say. I heard on the grapevine, supposedly Hawkshaw is searching for some rare item. Something called the Golden Beetle. Honestly, it's probably a bunch of sensationalist rubbish.
You reckon?
Quite sure. There is no treasure called the Golden Beetle.
How do you know?
Because I would have heard of it.
Okay.
Uncommonly skilled as an artist, but Freya was so much more than her talent. She helped me get started with my own painting, It taught me what she knew about wood carving, too. Tremendous patience. She was ever so good with dear Flora.
Freya and Flora were close?
Oh, yes, especially recently.
How are you related to Freya?
Somewhat distantly, as it happens. My father, Lord Fellow, was her grandfather. Technically, that makes her a fellow. Let's just say there was some discussion over whether she ought to carry the name at all. There's a family tree in the Grand Hall. You should take a look at it.
What about her inheritance?
Freya's parents died when she was around 3 years old. She came to live here shortly afterwards.
Nobody left her a thing?
I'm afraid not. She had no formal claim over anything at Tangle Tower.
Well, I didn't think that inheritance would play into it anyway, so...
Penelope seems to have really settled into a groove. She struggled a bit when she was younger, always a little estranged.
How come?
Well, she was mostly raised by her uncle, and he really only makes time for his own daughter. Now, of course, she's bringing the two families together through her marriage. It's a nice gesture, heartfelt, but futile. My daughter Fiona, our little burgeoning genius. You've met her?
We did. She's going by Fifi these days.
So I've heard. I asked her some weeks ago, what's wrong with your real name? She told me, get this, she wanted a name with an even number of syllables. She makes up the strangest things when she's under pressure.
What makes you think she made that up?
I happen to know the real reason she prefers Fifi over Fiona.
Oh, yeah?
It's what Freya called her. Fitz? I don't trust him. He's slippery. Never commits to anything. Brain like an onion.
An onion?
Did you two have an argument?
No, but my daughter doesn't like him at all. And I trust Fiona's judgment entirely. She's a very vigilant young woman. Poppy's a good friend to my daughter. Always has been. I think they get on well because they're so different.
Different like how?
Poppy is, she's quite introspective, good with feelings. Fiona, not so much. Still, Poppy always seems to be sulking about something.
The heavy, heavy price of emotional intelligence.
That really didn't give us anything. Right, clues! So, what... Actually, let's go for this one first.
Ah, you found it. What do you think, huh? I had to rush the final touches a little bit. It turned out all right, though.
What's it supposed to be?
It's Flora, of course, surrounded by all her favorite people. I've been carving for a couple of years now. I was hopeless when I started, but it didn't take me long to master it, as you can see.
Do you paint them yourself too?
I do indeed. Yes, Freya kindly taught me the basics. Nowadays, I can make just about anything I can imagine. Of course, this particular model is a self-portrait based on hard fact.
Hard fact, huh? So, you own a sword, Felix?
Of course, I own a great many. But my weapons are stored well away from Tangle Tower. Safety first and all that.
Ha, sure. Right, this one.
What is it?
We don't know. We were really hoping you would.
My friends, shed your hope and let it fall free like sandbags from a hot air balloon.
That's the most depressing idiom I've ever heard.
Yeah, that's kind of... So... Felix is definitely hiding something, but he's also very much a ditz. And a kind of a klutz, in fact. Let's see. What are we missing? Well, we are missing some clues, that's obvious. And I think those clues are quite vital to solving this whole ordeal. But first, I think we should go and see Fifi. Because we have a clue. What is this?
A book. My book.
And what's in it?
Pages. Now this is interesting. Where did you find it?
In the astronomy tower.
And yet, it does not concern the field of astronomy.
Nope.
In fact, you could even say that entomology is the exact opposite of astronomy.
Yeah, you could.
I would not say that, however.
Oh, you wouldn't?
No, it would be quite naive. To study science in any field is to study the connections between all matter in the universe, living or inanimate.
Well, it seems we have to take that to Mr.
This belongs to Professor Pointer, does it not?
No, I don't think so.
Who else would own such a pointless little telescope?
It's a telescope.
Oh, yes. It has a telescopic lens. It can only be used for looking at things that are far away.
Okay, what about this?
Do you know who was reading this book?
It belongs to my mother.
And she left it in the library?
No, my mother has not been in the library for some time.
Let's see, what else could make sense?
Fifi, did you test the red paint in this pot?
Yes, I did. I discovered it too was blood, not paint.
A whole pot full of blood?
Not a whole pot. It is only partially full.
Yeah, but still. Doesn't that freak you out?
No. In fact, it may be considered rather reassuring.
I'm not sure.
It is a model of Freya, made by my father.
A model of Flora, you mean?
And a man with a beard. And a little red and white creature.
Why would my father make a model of Freya?
That is actually kind of interesting. Do
The
you?
statue itself does not interest me, but I do wish to know about those symbols on the harp. Have you deciphered their meaning yet?
We're working on it.
We are.
In fact, the library might...
There's something about Felix's painting supplies.
Ah,
Something suspicious.
Let's ask him about it.
yes.
There's something about the image of Flora in the painting. Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
Not right now.
So, about this paint we found in your room.
Nothing suspicious about it. I used it to paint, obviously. Totally normal thing to do.
We never said it was suspicious.
Come on then, out with it. What exactly are you accusing me of?
Yeah.
It's not your paint pot. Did you take it from somewhere else?
What on earth? It's definitely mine. I even have proof. Look, the lid matches the ones on all my other paint pots. End of discussion.
That's not the end of the discussion.
We need a clue to compare with Felix's red paint. Something to prove who it actually belongs to.
Oh, that's fairly easy. Yeah. Boop.
Let's take a closer look at this.
I wanted the marker, not so much the specific red part. But, okay, was stolen and replaced with... No. No. Was used to paint. No. Was broken by. No, we don't know that. Stolen and replaced by. It's exactly the same as... No. Nope. I think this makes sense, yeah.
Freya's red paint pot was used to paint the model of a bird, but the lids were swapped to hide it. Nope.
Well, the label! No. It's full of... No, was broken by... No. Replaced by. And broken by. Why? That we have no indication of this.
Freya's red paint pot was stolen and replaced with Felix's red paint pot, but the lids were swapped to hide it.
I was close.
That red paint is from Freya's supplies, not yours. Swapping the lids doesn't hide what you did.
Why are you bothering me about paint anyway? And none of this is connected to your murder.
I mean, it is.
This red paint pot was somehow filled with blood before Freya used it to paint Flora.
Oh, that's definitely something. Right, fine. Here's the story. I was busy working on a project when I suddenly realized I had run out of red paint. There was a certain amount of time pressure, so I politely asked Freya if I could borrow hers. Just for a little while, you know, perfectly reasonable request.
But she said no.
I tried to explain why I needed it, but she didn't seem to care. So, well, I took Freya's red paint pot and swapped it with my own empty one.
You went into her room?
Not my proudest moment, but it's just paint. I didn't touch anything else.
And the paint pot you left behind was definitely empty?
Quite. I have absolutely no idea how it got blood in it, if that's what you're asking.
Why were you in such a hurry to get a hold of red paint anyway?
I was trying to finish this in time for Flora's birthday. I needed red to paint the final details.
Could you not have just used a different color?
Out of the question. It had to be red and white.
If you managed to finish it, why haven't you given it to Flora yet?
Well, I decided against it in the end, after what happened. Seemed a bit, insensitive.
Yeah, I don't think that Felix is the murderer.
So, this painting, specifically that knife in Flora's hand.
Yeah, it's creepy. But we didn't find a knife anywhere in the room. So what's going on?
I mean, she could easily have tossed the knife over the edge into the pond in the garden down below. I don't think it's a knife. But this is the only one that really doesn't make sense. Nothing points towards it. The knife is still in this room. It doesn't look like a knife.
It's not a knife. We need a clue to compare with the painting. Something to explain what that knife shape actually is.
Yeah, I think it could be a feather.
That kinda makes sense. But no.
Ah, okay. Glass? No.
That's not it.
Loot? No. Is it a clue that I have not yet found?
That's not it.
Crumble proof of secret diary, Freya's paints, no. There isn't really anything that fits. I don't think.
That's not it.
No, I didn't think it would be.
Let's take a closer look at this.
Ah, there it was, yeah.
The painted knife is actually just a feather from an ink dip bird.
It's definitely the right shape, but the book's not in color. The thing Flora's holding in the painting is red and white, specifically. Is there anything to suggest that the ink dip bird is red and white too?
I don't think it's this, but let's go for it.
That kinda makes
Yeah,
sense.
no. What else is there? No, that doesn't depict a bird. Neither does this. This was where it came from. That doesn't make sense. This?
This little thing? I don't understand why Felix would make a model of this bird as part of a gift for Flora. And come to think of it, why would Flora be holding a feather in the painting anyway?
Okay, let's see. Ah.
The ink-dipped bird
Yeah.
was Flora's pet, so she kept a single feather to remember it by.
She kept the bird as a pet. And it died?
Maybe it flew away.
Flora spends all her time staring out the window.
Either way, she kept the feather. I think it was pretty important to her.
All right. So she was holding the feather while Freya was painting her. But where is it now? You'd think she'd keep it somewhere close by.
Yeah, I think she does. Normally. This is where Flora usually keeps her feather.
I mean, we know. That's easy.
But we opened it. It's empty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Completely empty. Flora? She's pointing at something in the corner of the room.
It's just a pile of books. They're not... Wait. There's something tucked inside this one.
Oh. Handwritten message on the back. These are for you. Love, Freya. Oh. So they were close. Well, that's all well and good. I think we need to head to Qa'Rajh, to Hawk, to the other detective, to try and get some clues out, because we have somewhere that could cause more suspicion. But that's all for the next episode, because we are a little over time. So, in the next one, more mysteries to unfold. Perhaps. I think we're getting close, but we're not there yet. So until next time, take care.